Hello lovely peoples. Second testing soap. This one is called Green Irish Tweed. This smells green. It's quite nice. I was really surprised. I read the fragrance name and I went, I am going to hate that. And I do not hate it. It's not particularly strong. But it has that kind of foresty smell. So yeah, it's nice. I like it. So I'm going to do greens with this one, just because I'm going to use mint green mica from Heirloom because it's a lovely colour. I don't have any lime spider, I don't think so. But I didn't want that. That wasn't the colour that I sort of envisioned for the smell of this. Like this, I don't know, yeah, this definitely needs a quieter green. So I might even just do, two layers instead of three. I was going to do three for all of them, but I think I'm just going to do two with this one. Alright, let's do that. Okay, I'm going to give this a whiz and then we can get stuck in. Okie dokie, so that's nice and mixed up. Yeah, it's definitely emulsified. So, let's get two of these poured out. So I'm going to put the green in, the green one, before I put the fragrance in, so I can give it a bit of a mix with the thing that I can't find. Oh, I only have one small whisk. Oh, anyway. So we'll do the most of the white, I think. Not that there's a great deal of difference, honestly. There's not that much difference. But I'm going to put a fair bit of this in because I do really like this colour. It's very pretty. And then we'll use the tiny little baby whisk because it's very cute. It'll work. It's just ridiculous. It just won't mix it all the way to the bottom because this does not reach all the way to the bottom of the container, but at least it will be mixed in enough. See how pretty a colour that is? It's so pretty, and once it's stick blended, it will be even nicer. Oh, I've got nearly all the way to the bottom of the container, you can see that. It's so pretty. Okay. Alright, put you over here. We might need you, so we'll just put you in there for now. Okay, so the big test. That looks to be about half. Don't you dribble. Don't you dribble. No dribbling fragrances on my bench. Alright, look at the colour that's gone. And it was quite a... Oh shit, I knocked it over. It was very clear too. So it's gone an interesting colour in here. It's gone almost green, which is weird considering the name of it. That is not ricing at all. That's lovely. I've not got a mould out. So good thing it didn't do anything stupid. No, that's really nice. Oh, it smells very green. Just in case we need it. No, this is not going to be a problem. This one is beautiful. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, it's so green. The smell of this is a little bit stronger than the Hypnotic one. It's not smacking me in the face, but it's there. There's no notes for me. There's no sort of like I can smell this and I can smell that. It just smells really green. Okay, well, I'm pretty happy with that. I'm going to give that a whiz, just because it's nice and thin. So you can see mixed in with a spatula. That's at emulsion. That is lovely. It's not thickening up any more than I would expect it to. Okay, I'd say we've got a winner on our hands with that one. For sure. Okay, so I'm going to pour some off. And I actually named this one because I remembered, I knew they're all going to be white, so I don't need to do this. I just kind of thought it would be handy. They'll look good for product images. Alright, so yeah, that's great. Definitely nothing wrong with that. Here's me thinking maybe I'll get a fragrance that doesn't work, because I was really excited to do all this soaping. I thought, you watching these fragrances, they just won't work, they'll be terrible, because I've been so excited to soap. But no, that's not the case at all. And I've done the two that I liked the least first, so these are the ones that will probably behave the best. Yeah, it's kind of, I know we're not supposed to speak in masculine and feminine terms, but this has that sort of masculine, sort of like Old Spice, sort of fresh aftershave kind of smell to it. Look how liquid that is, it's insane. I probably should have kept some of that back to put in one of these, doesn't matter. Alright, so let's see how it goes in a coloured. Okay, just go over there, have that. Because sometimes fragrances do, excuse me, sometimes fragrances do behave differently when it's in a coloured batter. I've said this to you guys many, many times. So how is that going? Let's have a look. I mean, it's thickening up, but not like look at this. I wouldn't be able to texture the top yet if that was the top. So, yeah, no, I just wanted to do this. I just wanted to steal some. So I can. Just so, I like to have these little smell me's the same as the soap themselves, if I can. I didn't with the other one. Okay, so, you know, I'm not a fan of straight layers, so digging around in there is not a problem. Ooh. Okay, so this is not, it's thickened up a little, like barely, like I wouldn't even notice it. So what I'm going to do is I'm not going to stick blend this, because I want to be able to just pour it on there, because that's still reasonably loose. I was just thinking for testing purposes I probably should stick blend it. You didn't see that. That wasn't a cat hair. If there was somewhere in this house that didn't have cat hairs, it would be a bloody surprise. Alright. Oh, I love that colour so much! Alright, we'll give it a quick stick blend just to see, so you can see how it moves. That would definitely have incorporated any fragrance. Okie dokie. So you can see it's still very loose. Still good fragrance. In behaviour wise, I mean, it's really not an awful fragrance either. Like, it's very fresh. It's like, it's clean fresh. I like it. I actually like it. Because I just said I liked it, so I must like it. And again, it's not so in your face that it's like, oh no, it's too strong. It's definitely not that. Now we're getting a bit of setup in here now. Definitely. Not badly, no better, no worse than any other anti-fragrance. I'm really like, that's just fine, absolutely fine. Definitely. I'm not going to bother with the spatula. I think it's set up enough. Yeah, no, that's great. No ricing at all. The acceleration is, there's no acceleration. It's just doing what fragrance does, so it's just fine. I wouldn't say that's accelerated at all. I haven't had to panic and, you know, move real quickly. That's what acceleration is. That's when you go, oh God, get this in the mould. I'm just going along at my own pace. There we go. So yeah. Wow. It's been a super pleasant experience today so far. Thank you, Heirloom, for my soaping debut in this new house. It's nice that I could just, yeah, it's not thick enough, really. Yeah, it's kind of holding its shape. Still got a lot of movement in it. There you go. I'm not going to put any glitter on it. Oh no. No, I don't want to put anything on top of them because I want to see if they leak or like leak fragrance or anything like that, or if they sweat or, you know, whatever. So yeah, alright, well that's it. I'll see you for the cutting. Ta-da! Hello. I am not entirely convinced that this one discoloured. It's also really hard to tell because I generally don't leave my soaps without any colour in them. So I'm not entirely sure if it's yeah, if it is discoloured or not. I thought it was, but now I'm not entirely convinced. These are pretty loose. I hate tightening these. I'm always terrified I'm going to over tighten them and they're just going to snap, but I'm pretty sure they're just way too loose. They did protest a little bit when I just cut the other soap, so I don't know. I have glasses on, so hopefully I'm not going to get a string snap and poke me in the eye. That would be terrible. Oh dear. Alright. So yeah, so the little cube, got some ash on it, but I don't think it's particularly discoloured. So yeah, like compared to this one, you can see this one's definitely discoloured, but I don't think this one has. Anyway, let's see if I can cut this without blinding myself. This is so morbid, isn't it? Still don't think they're tight enough. And they've all moved over to the side. I wonder why they did that. Yeah, I don't think this is discoloured. Is that going to be in the way? That might be in the way. Yeah, I don't know. It's got a slight pink tinge around the edges, which is a sign of discoloration. I've also stopped in the middle of the bar, so I've got a bit of a mark on there. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, which way did that go? Yeah, that's pedantic of me, I know. Shush. I'm well aware of that. But it looks good other than that. I think we might get maybe just a tiny little bit of discoloration. I do realise also that when I poured off the samples in these round shapes, that I didn't do one that was unscented. But I'm going to have another soaping day probably tomorrow. I've got to go buy some tallow. So I will pour one from one of the batches of that, so it's just got no no anything in it, because I can't even compare it to the confetti soap that I did yesterday, because I put titanium in the mix and that, so it's got a little bit of texture to it. I don't know if the camera is actually going to pick that up or not. I've also put fingers on the screen now, so I'm not entirely sure if you can see that, but it just look a little more textury than normal. So I don't know if that's anything or not. Just clean the bench where I'm sitting these down. It's a little sticky. Not anything too bad, but like, it's been 24 hours, so yeah. But yeah, that's the end piece, and you can really see it could, I mean, that could also be a gel, because you can see that it's gelled here, so that could just be a gel ring rather than a discoloration, which if it's a gel ring it's not going to go away. If it's discoloration it will go away. So again, another thing to just watch as it oh, sorry, I stopped mid-sentence, I know. I was just wondering why this was being weird. Yeah, just another thing to watch as it cures over the next couple of weeks. So that's a good thing about having a video of it, is I can look back at these and have a really good example of what is going on. Also, I need videos for you guys. Oh, it's been nice though, soaping. Although I have been a bit sinusy today. Alright, I'm going to go because I have more soaps to cut. I will see you guys for the next one.